Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Trey from 803, and this video that I'm making is about Don Staley and my opinion on Don Staley and the whole LSU stuff, and just overall my opinion of Don Staley as being the best. It's definitely in the women's game to this day, the best damn coach. I supported the Don Staley hire back with the old AD that was at South Carolina when people was, oh, this black woman this and this black woman that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Type of negative energy instead of giving somebody a fair chance. And if I can remember back in that time when Don Staley got hired, Kim Mulkey's name was heavily rumored as being the next head coach at South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. And to see the point of what the culture is at South Carolina women's basketball, I can remember back in those times when it was barely anybody in the stands that could give two craps about what's, South Carolina women's basketball is, to now being a juggernaut, to being a powerhouse. Don Staley chasing Pat Summitt for not just the national championship records, but SEC tournament wins, championships, and seeing the constant consistency of not just five-star players, but good players come in and out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to be living to see it. This whole situation that went down in the SEC tournament game last week with the LSU, between the LSU Tigers and South Carolina Gamecocks. A lot of people say, "Oh, first and foremost, you got more people backing Don Staley than actual, people backing Kim." But you got some people out there that's disrespectful, talking about Camila Cardoso was wrong with Lajee Flowers, and she was the one that instigated the whole thing. I mean, hell, LSU was throwing blows. Kim Mulkey put into those girls' heads to come and be really the term that they say Carolina girls is, which is thugs, when they really is. I mean, come on, Don Staley coaches her team to play respectful, but at the same time, Don from Philly, you sit there and think you're gonna push around her girls and they ain't gonna retaliate back over a certain amount of time. You crazy. Kim Mulkey coming out talking about if she would have pushed Angel Reese wouldn't have. Cardoso's what, 6'7", 6'8", hovers over Angel Reese. Either way, whether it's Lajee Flowers or whether it's, Angel Reese, which in my opinion, this is just me being straight up, is one of the most overrated ball players out there. In my opinion, I can't stand Caitlin Clark in a lot of ways, but hey, her game is more pure than Angel Reese. Argue with me on that, in my opinion. Don not just coaches each one of her girls to their strengths, but Don is an amazing person. I have yet to meet Don Staley personally myself, and I would love to meet her one day. And I back her on her coaching, I back her on her style, and really, to be honest with you, not to bring up the racist stuff, because I can't stand racism, point blank, period. We all brothers and sisters at the end of the day, regardless of skin color, regardless of what place we is on this earth and around this world. But they hate seeing a black woman succeed in some ways, and like I said, skin color, whatever, black, white, whatever, success is success, but the racism stuff is not needed in sports, it's not needed really in a lot of crap that goes on. But the whole situation that happened last week was utter BS, because they're not going to bring up, and it goes back to the commentators that's on the game too, that's, they have to be split down the middle, but you can see a lot of, some favoritism in some ways with some of the calls and how LSU was. And again, Flowers' brother was wrong for jumping on the stand. Point blank period. I don't care what the deal is, dude. And I seen some memes on Facebook, people talking about, oh, when he jumped over the, barricade stands or whatever, he seen the height of Cardoso and backed up, because Cardoso is a tall girl. Look, he ain't want none of that smoke. Flowers ain't want that smoke. None of LSU want any of that smoke. And it's a blessing to have a coach like Don Staley. You got a bunch of people backing, Seth backing, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A backing her, plenty others, not just celebrities, but people backing them, because that's how Don carries herself respectively. Now, on the other hand, with Kim Mulkey, that's a whole different ball game. A lot of people look at it now over the years, even back when she had Baylor, if I'm not mistaken, Brittany Griner a couple weeks ago got her jersey retired, and she had issues with Kim Mulkey and how she is and how she carries herself. Hell, I seen a meme on Facebook the way they said Ric Flair wears the robe better than her, which I agree with. It's just, Don is the GOAT, man. Point blank, period. You don't catch Don disrespecting other players. You don't catch Don saying some dumb stuff like that on the national press because she's a GOAT. She don't have to. She just proves in her coaching and coaching up her players to win. I was a Gamecock fan when women's basketball wasn't crap, and I'm a Gamecocks fan with it being the joint now and with it being the juggernaut that it is, with it being the powerhouse that it is. I'm pretty sure others can agree with me on it. My opinion, I think it was out of pocket for Kim Mulkey to say what she said, and then backing it a couple days later with basically what she said. Like, it's no respect. You look. Old saying my grandmother used to tell me, what you do wrong to others, be wrong to others, come back to you. Don has a amazing class coming in next year with Joyce Edwards out of Camden repping at 803. Camden, what's up? And the pieces that's been, it's like sort of like what Nick Saban was with Alabama winning those titles. I've always, not to get on a football term, but I always respect Nick Saban, how he did it when we struggled with Will Muschamp, and here struggling a little bit with my man Shane, but I got to feel he's going to turn it around. And I said one day, hopefully at Carolina, they can replenish when these stars go on to the pros. And in all honesty, not to separate the sports, basically Don Staley is like Nick Saban of college. If y'all understand college basketball, you know what I'm saying? It's replenishing. When from Asia to Alicia Welch starting, you know what I'm saying, was one of the first recruits in her early term. And really changing it. I can't remember the girl name, but I know they said that she has a bitter taste with Don. I think it's Kelsey or whatever her name was. She was the one, I think the first 5-star recruit. She got her out of Texas. If y'all guys can help me in the comment section, remember what her name was. She was the first 5-star recruit that Don got from out of Texas, and she ended up opting out and going to Texas A&M, transferring to Texas A&M. Some say it's because of family, some say it's because she had a problem with Don, whatever the case may be. But Kim Mulkey started it and trying to put in those girls' head to try and attack Carolina and be hardcore with it, and they got it in return and couldn't handle it, couldn't handle the smoke. Cardoso stood up for her teammate. Well, old girl, I think it was Flowers, that almost ripped Malaysia's arm off when Malaysia Full Wiley was in a wide open transition, which probably was going to be to another bucket because she was doing it the whole game. Like, you're gonna stand up for team. There wasn't no blows thrown. And shout out to Ashley Watkins. I'm telling you, man, Ashley Watkins was about to squad up on here. If y'all see the pictures on, you know what I'm saying, on the memes and stuff, like, that was about to be a shot straight to the face. If it was any shot in that game that was gonna be thrown, Ashley Watkins was about to deck old girl to the floor. If y'all know the meme I'm talking about. But my opinion is Don Staley is amazing class act, as you hear out there, and since I've been watching her as a coach. And Kim Mulkey is the complete opposite. It ain't just because it's another team, but come on, let's be real. It's like night and day between the two. You know what I'm saying? I really think everybody talking clamoring in the NCAA tournament for another rematch. Dude, LSU really want that because I would say again, LSU was a paper champion last year because Iowa slipped up and beat us by a little bit. We was going to win that national championship last year if it wasn't for Clayton Clark. Point blank, period. Everybody know that that's a paper championship with LSU. LSU is not a well-coached up team. They're more about divas. And this is respect to them as well. It ain't me just being a male speaking this. They're more about divas and the outside look. When you look at some of the pictures that South Carolina Gamecocks girls take, it's class. They're beautiful young ladies. They're beautiful women that don't have all the cleavage out and just in it for the fame. They in it for the coaching. They in it for, success for the long haul. And I respect the hell out of that. Not just as a Gamecock fan, just overall any woman that carries themselves the right way. That's just me. I say it again, it ain't no hate towards Angel Reese. In my opinion, she's an okay player, no doubt. But at the same time, she's overrated. She's not on the level of what an Asia was, or a Leah Boston, or even a Caitlin Clark now. And forgive me for the USC, the other USC that's over there. I forgot. I know she won an award for, I think it was the NCAA Freshman of the Year. The girl that's showing out over there in USC Trojans. I think she's a way better player than Angel Reese. That's just me. Sometimes maturity comes when you focus on your craft and really have a heart for it, and you can tell the ones that don't. But let me know what y'all guys think about Dawn Staley. Y'all opinion about her. I think she's amazing. I think she we on the track to winning another national championship this year. Knock on wood if nothing else comes up. And I think really by the time she retires, if they don't name at the CLA the court after her name, it'd be a disappointment in my opinion, because she has done things on a consistent level. If I'm not mistaken, it was posted up that in the last 3 seasons, what is it? Only 3 losses, 101 wins or something like that. 3 losses. I might be off by a number or two, but either way, that's amazing. That's rare. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the whole situation between the Gamecocks and the LSU girls last week in the SEC tournament championship. Let me know what y'all opinion is and what y'all think about Dawn Staley. Do you think she's, a put on? Do you think she's legit? She's legit, I think, in every way. The culture at South Carolina is a lot of places, SEC Power 5, non-Power 5, wish they could have, not just because of a black coach, but just the culture and positive energy all the way around. Let me know what y'all think. Please subscribe to the channel for more My Opinion videos, more game streaming videos, more wrestling videos will be coming out. Just let me know what y'all think. Much love, much blessings.